Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Let's get started. So of course this week we're keeping our layout pretty much copy and paste from last anime season, just with different bonus structure there. And well, I mean, the results weren't too surprising this week, pretty expected. Still debating on what exactly I want to do for anime season. I do like the Duma catapult thing, but practically speaking, it's kind of like you use the catapult thing to win certain matchups, and then you lose to others. Because if we don't have the Duma catapult thing, then we lose pretty hard to chip damage heavy strats, because, well, there's no real good spot for healing tower. And here they're just going to take out Duma as well. I would be surprised if Julia couldn't pick up the kill there. And they just hit end turn, which is not a terrible idea, but of course we all know what happens. Lara Shell gets to attack, and she is pretty strong on the attack side of things. And, what is that? So, it was Divine Naga, I believe, so that's 54, 60, 67, there's also Blade Session, and Flower of Ease. There's also dances incoming, but we can't do anything scary afterwards, because of how they ran far, far away. Plus 32 attack on Dimitri there. And Duo Peony picks up the kill on Lara Shell pretty easily. And this is a recurring problem with this defense. The dancers are always left behind, which is pretty typical because we don't have very strong follow-up on this team. It's super linear, you know, we just do X and then Y happens. It's not like it could be X or Y, it's just Y or Z, it's just if X then Y. It's very straightforward, so basically means it's pretty straightforward for people to do things here, but for some reason they just don't even bother picking up the ether structures, so sure. That's another strange thing that happened this season. People just kind of just didn't want to pick up the ether structures this week. Not entirely sure why. But here, again, this defense layout is not meant to be actually good. There are plenty of intentional weaknesses, like the one they're about to exploit here, where we just have the Ether Fountain there blockading our melee units from actually attacking. And that means they're able to just plop a Null Sea Disrupt unit like Kaya in there and just hit end turn. And of course, that'll work out pretty well. Because of course, Lara Shell is heavily reliant on the no counterattack status. Also doesn't do too much damage to Micaiah, but it's not necessary to have a Null Sea Disrupt unit hit end turn on that particular tile to clear this map. There are definitely loads of ways to clear this map. It's just intentionally made to be half meme, half serious, half not serious. Mostly not serious. It has some threats, but again, for the most part, Eloa typically never actually does anything unless it was already kind of a quote-unquote trivial rampage. Like if the enemy was already going to roll the team, or if my team was already going to roll the enemy team, Elowood being there versus some other decently competent offensive unit wouldn't matter. But now they're going to take out Olivia, so they can go ahead and go after the ether structure. Thanks to Wings of Mercy, they can fling themselves around. And of course, there's no way Mirror Bliss is ever going to one-round KO any of these units. Maybe if we meme someday and run Ninja Katana, then and then some kind of offensive A skill, she could feasibly two-shot some frailer units. But in the meantime, pretty straightforward wins. And here we have a mishmash of units. Not entirely sure why all these units are on the same team. Blazing Wind seems kind of greedy in my opinion, because that does assume that you have a chance to set up, which against a decent chunk of teams I guess would make sense. They decided to kind of just go all in here for some reason, no backup plan, and obviously this is not going to end well, especially since Larshell's staff is going to target Brave Edelgard. I mean, even if they got the kill here, it still wouldn't have been good because Regan's still in range and Brave Lysithea is kind of just over here. So, ripperonis. Of course, it's potential there could have been a mistap or something happens to all of us at some point if we're doing drag and drop or whatever. The multi-tapping thing is nice for avoiding those errors, but I'm not used to it. Don't particularly like it because I still end up screwing up sometimes. Because compared to just dragging your unit around, tapping means you have to a lot of the times tap on the tile you want to attack from, for example, which can be quite a few extra inputs overall during a match. But of course, naturally, a common strategy is just to use duo skills and go fling around, murder some units. And so this time this person decided to take out the dancers, which is perfectly fine because there's no follow-up without any dancers. So they can just go ahead and attack. And here, Doom is actually not really getting close to surviving 2 shots from dual wins, but you never know. We might get to that point someday. But of course, with the dagger debuffs and whatnot, there's not very much we can do here. They did leave Shamir for last, interestingly. I mean, it makes sense, but mildly suspicious. But it's all because of Tactics Room. Tactics Room in Column 5 is pretty popular, so Shamir kind of gets screwed over by that. Basically, any common Tactics Room placement kind of screws us over. Column 3 is pretty bad for us as well. But they can pick up the Ether Structure, and they get the exact one-shot with Dorothea, so free SP, am I right? And well, more end turn shenanigans with some player phase potential. I don't know if I forgot to show structures in previous matches. We're just going to move on. We're not going to worry about it. Here they're just getting set up. Of course, there's Flame, so Fallen Edelgard can actually get some damage reduction past the first attack of the first hit. Wait, that was redundant. The first attack during the first combat during a phase. Gosh dang. So of course, naturally, she's going to survive, but unfortunately, Larshell is going to be able to snipe down Regan because they couldn't quite hide all their units. And because of that, they pick up that one kill, but they have kill power in the form of Ophelia and Fallen Edelgard attacking a couple of times. So, pretty clean cleanup here. That's very redundant. Just like saying very and very redundant, but AoE specials still super solid to this day. Of course, damage reduction shenanigans in the form of like sparing close call and repel or some other variant that just reduces AoE special. Or no one really uses Nagi specifically because she reduces AoE damage by 80%, but yeah, I mean, that stuff exists, and it's something to think about. Fallen Edelgard didn't get any of that though, so AoE specials can definitely dent her, if not straight up one round KO. Fallen Edelgard. because, well, absolutely no damage reduction against AoE specials. But moving on. Again, they didn't pick up the ether structures. I don't know why people don't bother picking up the ether structures. Well, unfortunately our video corrupted for this recording. We're just going to try and blitz through just to show the teams. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a very good archive of things. We're not going to show merges or anything because gotta at least archive the teams that we did get matched up into. I'll see how much of the video didn't get corrupted and maybe we can have some footage, but yeah, a bit unfortunate. This week's theme pretty much was just duo heroes sniping down the entire team kind of deal. We're hitting end turn and just winning. Pretty typical. Nothing too mind-blowing here. We'll see how much we can get through here. Maybe we can try and record some of the matches without animations or whatever. See how many work backwards, I guess. Because I think potentially the replays towards the beginning of the video might not be corrupted. We'll see. Unfortunate, this is why you don't leave recordings till the very end of the season, because when things go like this happen, then, well, rip. But you can see a lot of common units showing up here. Lots of duo heroes. A few harmonized heroes. And, well, this one was an end turn team, very solid offense team. Was it? Yeah, we haven't gone through this one yet. But yeah, this one was a jank. Oh yeah, Moltet was refined. Duma actually one round KO'd that Brave Hector. Probably not on footage now, feels bad, man. And this team here, I don't think we need to actually show our results in the other thing, so we'll just try and speedrun as many of these replays as we can. We just hit end turn here, which is, well, not ideal because Far Trace allows us to snipe down some units. And let's go here, I guess, 2 minutes. Look at this. I guess we'll get to see not how much. Duma kind of barely one round KO Brave Hector, but he did manage to do it because he managed to naturally double. This person wasn't running a bonus structure, which is kind of a problem. So they hit end turn with Brave Hector, and Duma just killed. And we'll just go into this team here. You know, ultra speedrun replays. Here we go. This one is just end turn simulator because near save Brave Edelgard with Flame, and of course Null Sea Disrupt on Winter Altina just means very easy cleanup, and they have multiple units they can use to bait out Mirror Bliss and to give them time to pick up the ether structures as they wish. And so that's GG. Actually getting through more than I thought we would. I think this team, yeah, goes up the left side of the map and pretty chill. So it's just duo skill usage spam to go attack everything, and then Mirror Bliss potatoes, and looks like we'll get one more in here, maybe two if we get lucky. I'm guessing it's probably just one. We'll see though. Blitzing through the animations as fast as we can. Of course, here they decide to not quite use their duo skills and stuff particularly well, so unfortunate. That's all the replays we could catch on film here, so unfortunate. The corruption happened. Well, I'll have to take a look at why it happened, and hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. Or, you know, you can just start recording the replays earlier in the season to account for such a thing. But yeah, again, I'll see how much I can recover out of the corrupted file. Maybe we can have only a few replays missing in the middle. But in Resonant Battles, we already saw that from that episode. We had to hobble our way through using items. But we're making it Arena. We didn't try this week to stay, but we could have. The problem is, well, this week, if we wanted to try and stay, we kind of have no options because our bonus units are pretty weak. The only reason why we could stay this previous season was because of Blessing Abuse. Arena Assault, we got a pretty nice run, 5,350, but that was like, it was around rank 200 or so, because nowadays you need like 5,360 points or whatever to make top 50. It's been going up steadily, and well, that's why I don't bother doing that stuff anymore. And Allegiance Battles, even in our best season here, with Water Season, we were like ranked 200 or something, which is not a great sign going forward. We definitely have a long way to go to max out our blessing cores and whatnot. Like, eventually we're going to have to go back to redo our not necessarily redo, but quote unquote upgrade our water blessing core. It is our best core right now with Crom and Azura. That's basically it. There's Fjorm too, but she's kind of somewhere. Where is she? She's right here. Yeah, not great. But anyways, we'll be back when the results drop in. Feels bad, man. Well, here we are. Results in, and just inside top 3k. Doesn't really matter too much to me. What matters is we get to get absolutely rolled this season when we encounter good, like, Bride Catria defenses or whatever. Yeah, we're doing another goofball setup. Trying out turn 1 AoE Lolina and thinking that's not going to go too well. Let's see how well our +8 Bramamon does, or as we like to call him around here, Bramameme, because he really just memes around. And all the expected stuff. Gotta burn some feathers again to make sure we don't hit the cap. And next season, assuming we actually make it back up to tier 21, we can actually, I think, get our 100th arena crown. Not that it actually matters. We just stay when we can and feel like it. Because nowadays it's even less about if we can, but more if we want to, because, you know, we could build up bonus units and whatnot to score enough to stay, but we just don't do those things. But yeah, we're at 99 right now. Looking pretty handy dandy, just shy of 4k. Divine Codes Part 2, I still just don't use them, I guess. I guess one thing is, I think with 3,000 Ether Stones we can upgrade Bright Shrine to level 8, which probably isn't going to change anything, but you know, might as well, right? But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!